Here in section 2 of Codecademy's JavaScript fundamentals, getting started with programming, they introduce you to something called the editor. Previously we were just executing one line at the command prompt basically. And in this case, because programs are actually written by, of a large number of lines, they're introducing to the editor so that we can, write a couple lines of code and have the system execute it. If you notice here on line 1 and line 2, you'll see these forward slashes, and that is basically notifying the system to completely ignore that line. That line is actually for us, and it's called comments, or each line is a comment. And that's there for example, when we have a big program or a large bunch of lines of code, we can add these comments to certain sections that kind of remind us, almost like place markers, of what's where. And you'll see that they're very useful. So what we'll do now is go ahead and hit run, and you'll see that absolutely nothing happens. The reason why it says oops is because it's looking for us to finish the lesson. So let's go ahead and go to line 3 and do what Codecademy is asking us to do. It's saying go ahead and find the length of the word cake. We'll go ahead and put that in quotation marks because it's a string, and we'll talk about that later. So we'll go ahead and put cake dot length, like we did in the previous section, L-E-N-G-T-H, and hit the run button, and that's going to tell us that cake has a length of 4. Now what it wants us to do is go ahead and take that length and multiply it by 9. Since cake.length is a number, because it's returning a number to us, which was 4, we'll go ahead and add the asterisk, which is the multiplication symbol, times 9, and we'll go ahead and run that. Great. So we've got an answer of 36, 9 times 4, and we're allowed to pass to the next section. Okay. So now Codecademy is just explaining to you that JavaScript is actually a very useful language in terms of interaction. It can prompt us for certain information to allow the website to function as it is supposed to. In this case, we're just going to hit the run, and here's an example of JavaScript coming forward and saying, are you sure about this? This is just a confirmation, just an example. So we hit click, and we now pass to the next section, interactive JavaScript. Here, what we're going to do is confirm specific things with the end user. So we'll go to line 3, and Codecademy says go ahead and stick in these confirmation lines. So we'll do that. We'll say confirm I feel awesome. That's a good way to feel. Awesome, if I can spell it, A-W-E-S-O-M-E. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and add the semicolon. Then we'll do another confirmation in the parentheses, quotation marks. I am ready to go, period. Okay, we'll go ahead and add the semicolon at the end of the line as always, and we will hit run and see what happens. Okay, here comes the first confirmation statement. So the user interacting with the website, for example, would read I feel awesome and hit OK. And then here comes the other one, I am ready to go. Fantastic. Hit OK, and we're off to the next section. Okay, and here again, Codecademy is saying programming is writing a bunch of instructions, but you have to be very clear about what the computer can't think for itself. You have to tell it exactly what needs to happen. So here we are with more tasks, and we're going to go ahead and put prompt. What is your name? Question mark. With the semicolon, prompt again. Whoops. What is Ubuntu? Which is a form of Linux. Okay, question mark, semicolon. And then it says use the prompt command to ask the user where they are from. So we'll go ahead and make up our own prompt. Where are you from? Question mark. Okay, hit the run. What is my name? Alright, my name is JP. We know that, I can answer that. What is Ubuntu? It's Linux. Where am I from? New Orleans, Rockin' City. Alright. Perfect. We've passed. We're allowed to pass. Okay, now we're into data types. Okay, there are several different types of data. Point A is that numbers are quantities. The system knows how to deal with numbers because it understands them natively, so we don't have to put them in quotation marks. Strings are names. The system doesn't know exactly what to do with the name. Natively, like it does with numbers, it doesn't work with them as such. So for strings, we have to put them in quotation marks. Okay, now we have to write a string and surround it with quotes because strings are not numbers, of course, and we're going to go ahead and put it in quotes. What is your name? Question mark. And we're going to find a length of that, dot length. We're going to run that. Sweet. 18 characters, and we're going to go on to the next section. Here they introduce us to Booleans. Booleans are true and false statements, and they're very useful because if a condition is met or if a statement is true, we can have the program execute a certain line of code. Or if a statement is false, we can have it do something completely different. So here at Codecademy, to go to the next level, we have to find out if the length of a phrase, I'm coding like a champ, has more than 10 characters, and if that's the case or not. So let's go ahead and say I'm coding like a champ length, is greater than 10. Let's check that out. Fantastic. We're now off to the races to the next section.